Eddie, you wouldn't want to understand.
Hello? Mr. Grant? Yeah, Karen's dad. Is that you, Pauline? Oh, hello, love. Is she there? If you wouldn't mind. Yeah, thanks, love.
Is she there?
She's gone together. It's me, your dad. No, there's nothing wrong at home. I just want you to come home now, right away. No, you can't. I don't care what you're doing. You get home here now. Do you hear me? No, I said there's nothing wrong at home. You just get home here now. Don't have me to come down there for you.
What did she say?
Cheeky little flamer. Said she was busy doing something.
Oh, did she now? Well, I'll busy her when she comes through that door. What else did she say?
Nothing.
Is she coming straight home?
Yeah. I don't know. I never expected that from our Karen.
Well, nothing surprises me these days.
But of all things, the blasted pill. Good God, Sheila, she's only 15 years of age.
Not in the head, she isn't.
Oh, come off it. She's still only a child.
And children don't take the pill, except for hours. I don't know, it's one thing, it's the other. First there's you at the factory, then me at the shop, Barry carried on with a married woman.
Now this lot.
And now this lot. Well, I'm sick of it. I'm just about at the end of my tether, I am honest.
Well, I blame myself. I've been too soft with her. Should have seen this coming. Anyway, that's it. From now on, she gets treated like a 15-year-old, and she doesn't go over that doorstep.
Now, don't overreact.
Don't overreact. You started this, didn't you? And don't go telling me that when she comes in this house at 15 years of age and pregnant.
See you, lad.
See ya.
Good game, eh, Barry? Still on form?
Oh, yeah. It's all us good living. Wondered what a ball tasted like on the end of me toe.
Have you got the jag?
Yeah.
How is it?
Out sound. See ya. It's a bit heavy on the juice, though.
Then it's worth it to call the birds.
Oh, I haven't queued enough to lick me windscreen wipers, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't get problems like that. Mind you wouldn't need a jag to collar Eric's missus, would you?
I'm not you as well. I've had that all day off Kinsella.
So is it right then? You haven't been giving up.
Keep it down with your mouth.
It's all right, she's bang at it with all hands.
Look, I'm not interested. Just leave it out, will you?
You cobby.
Leave it out. I mean, if Eric walks in here and hears you mouthing off, that'll be it, won't it?
You shouldn't play so close to home, should you? See you around there.
Yeah, see ya.
All right,
see ya.
All right, yeah. Get off. Yeah, give me the light. Yeah, I've been off for years. All right, buddy.
Yeah, I do.
Glad you're still here. Wanted to have a word with you.
What about?
Is everyone gone?
Yeah.
You know what I want to talk to you about, Tony?
No? Should I?
Oh, come on. You must have heard all the rumours.
Rumours? What about?
About you and Irene. The missus.
What have you heard? What rumours?
Oh, just that while I've been out, you've been doing a little bit more than the extension.
Oh, you're off your head, lad. I mean, the only time I ever seen your missus is when she brought us the odd cup of tea and that. Nothing else.
I'm not saying there is anything else. I'm just telling you what I heard.
And I'm telling you there's nothing in it, Eric. It's all a load of bull. I mean, they're like a gang of our women. They just want a bone to chew on.
All right. Point taken. But I just wanted to know what was going on, that's all.
Well, I'm telling you, there's nothing going on.
In that case, there's nothing to worry about, is there? And even if it was true, I wouldn't be banging my head against a brick wall. You'd be doing me a favour. I can't bear the sight of it. Yeah. I'm just waiting for her to step out of line and then it's squared out the door with her. Anyway, you're going to be fit for the final.
Yeah, I'm sound now.
All right, then. I'll take a chance. You're in the team.
Oh, hey, great, Eric. I'm made up.
All right. Oh, a nice shot, lad. Keep out of trouble, like.
See you later.
See ya.
in. Get it.
Brookside will be back at 8 o'clock next Tuesday and Wednesday, when events in the Close take a very dramatic turn. Tonight at 7:30, Gastank. And among Rick Wakeman's guests are Godley and Cream, jazz musician Ronnie Scott, singer Maggie Bell and Andy Fairweather-Lowe. Wakeman hosts Gastank, tonight at 7:30 on Channel 4. A look at the morality of strikes in key industries and a discussion of the SDP's arbitration policy with MP Bill Rogers follows shortly in 7 days.
Roland, a great name among professionals. Put great music at your fingertips with Roland Piano Plus, a whole generation of contemporary home keyboards. We asked Oscar Peterson to play the Roland Piano Plus. It's easy to learn on, satisfying to play, and a fraction of the cost of an ordinary piano. For your nearest Roland dealer, ring 01 388 1111.
Roland Piano Plus. Enjoy it.
Last weekend, I gave you this number to ring if you wanted the facts about advertising on Channel 4. In a minute, I'll tell you how many people did. But first, here's what some Channel 4 advertisers have to say.
St Ives Holiday Village say Channel 4 is their best media buy so far. Simpsons of Piccadilly used Channel 4 when there were no papers. Result, their longest sale queue ever. RoboChef and Magimix saw sales rise like a souffle. Polygram's status quo is still at number 11 after 3 months.
And here's my success story. My commercial generated 200 inquiries last weekend. That's how effective Channel 4 can be, especially to a business audience. You're going to be seeing some of those on air this weekend. And that's how flexible television can be. Now, don't forget the offer, £350 for 30 seconds. Here's that number again. Please don't miss it this time.
Hello, this Skytrain brochure says I'm back in the holiday business. Ring 200 0200 for my brochure.
In this week's TV Times, you can read about all your favourite programmes on ITV and Channel 4. Anna, Angela, David, Michael and Robert explain how they prepare themselves for your 6 a.m. alarm call on February the 1st. And there's a chance to win a TV clock radio by answering a few simple questions about this famous 5 of breakfast television. You too can rise and shine with TV AM this Tuesday. There's much more than TV Times in TV Times magazine.
This is Channel 4. Now a look at some of the week's key issues in 7 days.
Good evening. On Britain's industrial relations battlefield, it's been a week of bursting water mains and lengthening queues at the parish pumps. And we've been here before. Is there any practical answer to a fundamental question? Should those whose jobs carry special responsibilities and obligations have the absolute right to strike? And on that other time-honored battlefield in Whitehall, from which Yes Minister drew its inspiration, there's been skirmishing this week about the dangers of party political appointments.
How often are policy decisions needed?
From time to time.
Given the diversity of Britain's industrial troubles, it's hard to imagine that there could be a genuinely new experience. But this is the end of the first week of the first national strike ever by Britain's water workers. There are horrendous forecasts, but few really measurable predictions of what the consequences could be. It's a new first to set beside those other firsts, like the firemen's strike in 1977, which lasted 3 months, and the electrical power engineers in the same year, and the ambulance men last year. The governments of both the major parties, whether they think it's the job of government to intervene in industrial relations or not, don't seem to have found an answer to this issue of those who work in the essential and publicly owned industries, and whose actions, whether the cause is just or not, can inflict suffering on the public at large. This week, the Social Democratic Party has suggested one way forward. Bill Rogers, the Vice President of the SDP, is in London, and here in Leeds, 3 who work in essential industries and who are also union officials. Mike Fisher, one of the water workers negotiators here in Yorkshire, Tom Bolger, the counsel for the Royal College of Nursing, and Eunice Taylor, who's a Newbury shop steward in the health service in Barnsley. Bill Rogers, now you've had a certain amount of experience of all these issues in the Labour governments, but what is the way forward the SDP does suggest to this question? Should those who work in essential industries and can inflict misery on quite a large scale, if these strikes are protracted on the public at large, should they have the absolute right to strike, in your opinion?
Well, I think it's a very difficult issue because, as you rightly say, there is often a very good cause, a very good case. And I have great sympathy with the water workers in the way that they've been treated. But it is not whether there's a good case, but who they do most damage to when there is a strike. Now, traditionally, once upon a time, if you struck, you were striking against the bosses. You were hoping to get a bigger share of the profits of the firm. But of course, in the public service, it's quite different. And it's people who are sick, who are disabled, who are old or incapable of looking after themselves who become the victims. Now, what we've got to try and find is a form, in my view, of compulsory arbitration in the essential public services, not in all the public services, but it will still enable, as the last resort, strike action to take place, because with very few exceptions, like the police and the armed forces, I don't think it's right to deny people that freedom in a free society.
What is the moral responsibility workers in key industries bear, as you define it?
Well, it's a very difficult one. It would be easier to say, it would be very tempting to say, that if you work in a key industry, you should recognize your moral responsibility. I think it's possible to say that about people who work in hospitals, that in the end they realize that it's a matter of life and death, not a matter of economics, not a matter of profits, but of life and death. And the people they will injure will not be the people who pay them, but those who are relying upon their care. Now, that's what I mean by an essential public service. Now, there is, I think, a very strong moral obligation on those who choose that service to